Good morning, everyone!
Good morning!
Do you feel the burn?
Yeah.
I say feel, you say the burn. Feel!
The burn!
Feel!
The burn!
I say feel, you say the burn. Feel!
The burn!
Feel!
The burn!
Feel!
The burn!
Feel!
The burn!
I just wanted to make sure everyone was awake. Good morning, everybody. My name is Michelle Gilliam, and I am so excited to be going into primary day, the first primary in the nation here in New Hampshire, with such tremendous energy and excitement over the ability for us to really make history here in America. And I'm very, very glad to be joined by progressive groups like Rights Democracy. And one of the most tremendous unions, the first union to endorse this campaign when no one thought we had a chance, the National Nurses United. We have what, 3 days?
Yes.
3 days. And we are going to make sure that we finish strong here in New Hampshire. Because if we finish strong here in New Hampshire, we're not only making a statement, we're preparing ourselves to really bring forth the movement to other states. So that when win in New Hampshire can be a win in Massachusetts, could be a win in Nevada, could be a win in Michigan and Ohio and South Carolina, because I know that people power will bring political power and the necessary change that we need. Amen? Amen. Okay now. Well, I'm going to pass the microphone, the pretend microphone, off to our first speaker. And that is going to be a representative from Rights and Democracy, who is announcing their endorsement of this campaign, Ms. Maury Cordis.
Good morning, New Hampshire.
Good morning.
Good morning, New Hampshire. Thank you. My name is Maury Cordis, and I have been a nurse for 28 years and served as president of Vermont Federation of Nurses and Health Professionals, which is an AFT Vermont local. I'm also a founding member of Rights and Democracy, and we are very excited to be here with the Maine and Massachusetts Nursing Associations and with National Nurses United. Rights and Democracy is a regional grassroots community-based organization with members in Vermont and New Hampshire. We are a fast-growing, people-powered organization pushing to raise the minimum wage to a livable wage.
Yes.
Raise workers' rights standards, achieve universal health care, and create good green jobs while taking bold action on climate change.
Yes.
Friends, we are standing at a precipice. Climate change is upon us now, impacting marginalized communities worldwide. Structural racism continues to oppress millions. The United States has the largest prison population in the world. I just returned from Greece, aiding some of the thousands of refugees fleeing in the largest mass exodus of people from their homelands since World War II, fleeing countries destabilized and devastated in part, I think large part, because of our own country's disastrous military policy. We need a president who will take bold stands on these and other critical issues, and that is why Rights and Democracy is proud to endorse Bernie Sanders for President of the United States. We need a president who is tough on Wall Street and big money thieves and liars, and a compassionate fighter for the 99%. And that is why Rights and Democracy is endorsing Bernie Sanders for President of the United States. We support Bernie because he has been standing with us for decades, working towards economic, social, and health care justice. We agree with him that we need this political revolution at every level in this country, in our states and in our local communities. We support Bernie Sanders because for decades he has stood strong with workers and unions across this country. My own union, AFT Vermont, recently endorsed Bernie in the presidential primary. He stood with our nurses local when we were organizing in 2002 for quality patient care. And he has stood with us and labor ever since. It's so wonderful to see all of your bright and shining faces. Deep thanks to everyone who has been working so hard on this campaign, which I believe is the strongest people-powered campaign in history. So it's time to hit the doors today, win this primary, and take that energy forward. Keep organizing past the election to build this political revolution. Onward!
We'll keep the program moving. I'd like to hear additional words from Rights and Democracy. Give it up for Rights and Democracy. That's right. And now to hear from Mr. Jeff Kramer, excuse me. Sorry.
Hi there. It's so exciting to be here today with all of you this morning. I'm so excited that Rights and Democracy gets to walk with the nurses as we support the leadership of Bernie Sanders and invite more people onto our movement. I support Bernie Sanders for many reasons, one of which is that I support his commitment to expand affordable health care for all. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous right now. Bear with me. Well, I'm transgendered, and I believe that we should all have affordable health care, especially for the transgender community. It's very vital for that. We all know how important health care is. It's a matter of life and death, most definitely. Rights and Democracy is committed to walk with the nurses today and to transform the movement after the primary elections. Thank you guys so much. Yep, I have a couple also.
Y'all gonna make me cry. I want just to expound on what Jeff so eloquently said. I mean, we are a campaign with tremendous diversity. You know, we're all coming from different walks of life. But one thing I love is that despite our apparent differences, we share a common value, and that's to expand opportunity for all.
Yes.
So with that being said, I'm going to introduce our next speaker, a woman who I've gotten to learn over the past few months and really, really admire the work that she's done for her union, and not only with regards to the campaign, but general advocacy for workers' rights, right? Safe staffing for our nurses, right? And also for single payer health care, which is the only way we can have true universal health care in this country. So without further ado, it is an honor, a tremendous honor to bring to you co-president Karen Higgins.
As everybody knows, my name is Karen Higgins. I am one of the co-presidents of National Nurses United. I am from Massachusetts, so I am an East Coast person, so I'm very happy to be here. But what I want to say first, I want to thank everybody in this room, because I know it is mostly healthcare people that are here, and I want to thank you for everything you do every day on behalf of everybody, just not patients, but in your communities, in your families. It's amazing what people do every day to take care of people. As we've said, healthcare workers, we consider us to be the backbone of this country. We care for the sick, the needy, the poor, the rich. We care for anyone that needs help. We don't really ask for your background. We just know that if you need help, we want to be there. So we understand how important access to high-quality, affordable health care is in America. And Bernie Sanders understands that need too, and that's why we're here with him. Bernie Sanders is the only candidate in this race who supports Medicare for all. Bernie's plan is the only one that can provide the kind of revolutionary changes we need. The only one that ensures the fundamental right of health care to all people in this country, a right which every other industrial nation has guaranteed to their citizens, and we are the only ones, and we should be ashamed that we have not done this. And I want to say this election is about so much more than just one primary or one candidate. It's about our future. It's about whether or not we'll let pharmaceutical companies continue to take us for a ride, whether or not we'll let Wall Street ruin our economy without any consequences whatsoever, whether or not we're going to let corporate energy giants destroy our environment, put our children's health at risk by putting in more pipelines and more fracking. Are we going to let this happen? No, we're not. And that's why we're all here today. And neither will Bernie Sanders. He's fought his whole life for the right for working families. He's fought for nurses, for doctors, for teachers, for students, for firefighters. He's fought for all of us. He's fought for retail workers. He has fought strongly for $15 an hour as a minimum wage. So we need Bernie Sanders to be our next president. But he can't do this without us. We are the boots on the ground. All right? We know that we started this revolution in Iowa, but it's our job in Massachusetts, in the area. Here in New Hampshire, we're playing a pivotal role because they want this momentum to be stopped. And we're here to tell you, it's not. And if anything, we're going to snowball this right across this country. So it is our job to keep this going. We're going to win here on Tuesday.
Yes.
We're going to work our butts off to make sure it happens. And we're going to have everybody out there voting on Tuesday for Bernie Sanders if we have any say in this. So I want to say to you, please join us and let's make this revolution go right across this country. So thank you.